Said the night went to the little lamb. Do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb. Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night with a tail as kite, with a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song high above the tree, with a voice as big as the sea, with a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, you know what I know? In your palace, one mighty king, you know what I know? A child, shivers in the cold, let us bring him silver and gold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere, listen to what I say. A child, born to us today, will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light. Good morning. We got Buzz.
First Sunday of Advent. I love it. We always love Christmas. And, we've been decorated for over a week and ready to go. And now we have our first Advent candle lit. I don't know if you read the newsletter, but I loved finding this for the newsletter. Advent and adventure have the same root word. and that's exactly what I think that we're doing here. It's an adventure, usual and stirring experience. Now we know of Christmas, it's sentimental, it's magical, it's rush around, it's shopping, it can go all kinds of directions. But when we take it inside, man, that's where it really is. So in unity, we do go within. And this is sort of the advent of the Christ nature, our discovery of the Christ nature in us, and a rebirthing, finding out what that is. You know, Jesus wanted to wake us up and make us alert, attentive, and alive as never before. He shook things up. We are invited into this journey of discovery to find out what matters most in our lives and to be that which matters most in our lives. Jesus' teachings are about bringing to the conscious mind all the unconscious, all the things that maybe we've forgotten. We need to bring forth. So, what will you find in your Advent adventure? What will you bring to consciousness? What matters most to you? What will you be? So we're going to enter this Advent adventure by walking by faith. And this is the first candle, faith. And I've memorized this, that we've got peace and love and joy. So it's going to be a pretty good month. Now, Linda Whitsitt, Martella Whitsitt, says that faith is the power of perceptions, conviction, and expectancy. Well, you know, I think our unity of Little Rock is a great demonstration of faith in action, because we have been here 87 years. 87. And we're still here. There is no transition that will or has changed that. We are here. So always think about that, guys. And, you know, that 87 years, that's a conviction of standing here. It's a consciousness in trust in the truths and possibility that exist under the surface of appearances. This Advent is our time for each individual and for our community, guys. We want to perceive our heart's desires and live in a sense of anticipation of that fulfillment. And if we can live in this state of positive expectancy, if we can live there, then we can become a powerful source for ourselves, for Little Rock, for whatever region. We're here. So Unitics, get up and greet each other right now in this expectancy of the season.
All right, why don't you help us sing, as I think everybody knows this song. Come on, all right. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exultation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee on this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be all glory in. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Right.
Oh, the opening box. Well, Tam, you're just getting real clever there. It's a hungry prayer box. Well, on a day that we're honoring prayer, we need a hungry prayer box, I tell you. So this is our prayer box, and I'm Jeannie McGee, and I'm the prayer chaplain for today. But you're going to learn a lot more about the prayer chaplains. It's becoming a very important program here at Unity, and so you can put your prayers in the prayer box, and then after 30 days, they do go to Silent Unity, which is a wonderful tradition of Unity of over 125 years, and then you can also talk to the prayer chaplains, and there will be more about that today. I did want you to be aware that Unity does have an Advent book. It has one every year. I love getting this Advent book. It has daily readings, and you can go online and even just download it online as a PDF. So I wanted you all to be aware of that. And so in our prayer today, we're going to focus on faith, and of course that was the daily word. But let us, for a moment, close our eyes in prayer. And bring your attention to your third eye, right between your brows. You know, this is our consciousness. This sees rightly. We do see with our eyes, but this sees rightly. So breathe and focus on that. And we know and affirm that faith is our ability to see what cannot be seen humanly. I activate this spiritual power, courageously perceiving a greater truth than my physical senses report. I dare myself to see what cannot be seen. I perceive the truths that life is irrepressible, eternal, and perfect in every stage and form. I stretch my capacity to see the good that can be troubling, that could be a troubling situation, but I see the good in it. I am convinced that the nature of unseen good, the animating and harmonizing creative power behind all that I have and experience, is actually my divine nature. I demonstrate conviction by living as love lives, as wholeness lives, as wisdom lives. I audaciously trust in universal goodness. By my innate power of faith, I live in positive expectancy, and I am so grateful. I center my attention in joyous anticipation, knowing that all is well. Truly. So, our daily word is faith. Let us say together, through faith, I am centered and guided every step of every day. And let us also, let's go to the next, we'll do our statement of being. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got... So say with me. I hope I get this right. I'm ever one. I am an individualized expression of God. I am ever one with His perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And so it is. So now it's time for meditation. So it's meditation, right? No? Yeah, dulcimer, yeah. Meditation. Just a meditation, okay? And we can let Robert play for a while if you want.
a space within you to let the words we know so well to be the word in our heart. And as we go deeper into that heart space, take another deep breath and release all tension. Take another deep breath and relax. Create a scene in your mind's eye of that mystery that you have felt sometime in your life. What child is this? Who is this child? Reflect on that rumination for a moment. And what was it that made Jesus so special that he became the most influential man to ever live on this earth? And we now know that Jesus never forgot who he was. The Son of God. And then he reminded us that we are also sons and daughters of God. So feel your kinship. Feel your connection. And say the words to yourself, I am the beloved child of God. Just say those words. Let them go and resonate deeper and deeper within your being. I am the beloved child of God, for in truth you are. And if Jesus were speaking to us today, he would tell each of us that we are a fragment of God. For indeed we are. Allow those words to go deeper inside of you to replace any doubt. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the power of God. I am the love of God. I am the wholeness that I seek. This that I am goes beyond words, physical, metaphysical, emotional, even spiritual. It goes beyond all of that. And in this mystical morning of the first season of Advent, in this year, we are coming into a new awareness of faith. For faith is not an inert activity. Faith is chemical. Faith is equivalent to electricity. When our faith is activated, we can do anything. Anything. So feel this activity of faith rising from the soles of your feet up through your body. For faith is an active, catalytic, empowering, renewing, revitalizing, restoration process. And hear the words again. What child is this? For you are that child. You are that child as if you were the only one on this planet. You are that child. I am open and receptive. I am open and receptive. I feel the renewing of that within me that flows and connects and is always enjoined with the divine. I am that I am. I am the divine catalyst. Whatever I face in my life, whatever challenge, whatever problem, whatever is in this moment, I see it differently. I remember that I'm endowed with the ability to idealize, to create, and I find the peace or the joy, whatever it is I seek. It is mine right now. And I place my hands over my heart space, and I take this energy in now, recognizing that it is the energy that I came here today to feel, to be reconnected to my all-encompassing relationship with God. And so it is, and so it is, as we say reverently and deeply within our being, Amen, Amen, and Amen. And coming back to this time, to this space, to this room, open your eyes when you're ready and feel that renewing spirit.
Today is a celebration of our prayer team, our prayer chaplains. And Pat shared with you in the bulletins some of the way this is evolved. So I'm going to let her talk about that and where we're going with the prayer team.
But with the changes that we have gone through and with the training now of chaplains, we have been given the guidelines and the promise of service and the confidentiality agreement that only the chaplains will be participating in. So we send our team lovingly forward, but we want to remind you, you're all part of the prayer team. You've all held us in love. You've all held us in support. And so we've included on the back, as you will see, the five main prayer requests that we use daily, as well as those for individuals. So if you have put a name in the prayer box, or if you want to put one in after service, it will be continued to be held in prayer, holding our congregation, those who serve, and then it gives the 5 steps for affirmative prayer. This is used nationally by all the Unity churches, and we invite you to join us in this daily, including any others of your loved ones that you wish to include on your prayer list. But we want to give thanks and appreciation, and we are so glad that you're here this morning because you're sharing in our consecration. It's been a wonderful experience, and we have some new ones joining us. We have rededication of others, and your chaplain team is growing, and we thank you for that support and for that love.
I just wanted to say a bit about adding this to your prayer practice. It's so easy to add affirmative prayer in with your meditation, because meditation in silence is actually one of the steps. And I know that, like, I'm just going to tell a story. Grace and Sloan and I were working with another group of people, and we started talking about this. And they said, well, that sounds really interesting. Would you pray with us? And so we did. And Grayson gave a beautiful prayer. And they said, well, that was really different. What was different about it? Well, what's different about it is you affirm the truth of who you are instead of begging God out there to fix something for you. And it empowers you, and it'll empower our community. And the more we do this is really the heart of unity, isn't it, Pat? And Pat, you grew up in unity, right? So you probably had a really strong prayer practice all your life.
There's been a lot of interesting things, and I will say that one of our ladies in all my years of being in unity, she's the only one I've ever known that's had unity phone numbers on her.
Speed dial?
Email or speed dial. Her is always an action with our chaplain.
That is wonderful. Do we want to, let's see, I have to let Robert share now, perhaps.
Okay.
So, one of the chaplains that's going to be joining us is Robert Love. And I am so excited. We had so much fun with him in Dallas. Actually, then you came back and got the flu. Now, I don't think that was really our fault. I'm not sure. But anyway, and Robert was going to share with us on the thanks. He still had the flu for the cornucopia service, but I thought it was just so appropriate. He's been in Unity a long time, and I wanted you to share your story with everyone.
Thank you so much. This is truly an Advent season because it's a renewal for me personally, of health and of friendships and of a recommitment and a re-realization of the road that I started many years ago and veered.
Hold the mic to you.
Oh, and veered
There we
so
go.
far from through the years, and that's how it works. When we were in Dallas, I got a chance to hear the pastor who had been here for a while, and he talked about a reset, and that nature will reset or you will reset. One of those is going to happen. And in my experience, that reset has happened on nature many times, and it's when I take the responsibility for my health, my well-being, my friendships, the coming together as a community, as a group, and not hiding out in my apartment going, oh, woe is me. And coming back to unity has been an amazing experience for me. I started off in this church in 1981. I had Tam's job for a few years where I was organizing groups to come in every Sunday. We would have different people, and when they wouldn't show up, which a lot of people wouldn't, I would fill in and do things and play and get a chance to share my music with the group. And watching the transition in myself over the years from that point where I had to be reset because I was not doing the right thing or acting in the right direction, not following what I knew that my innermost being and my heart was telling me to do, things that and paths that I chose were reset for me. And unity has given me that perspective, that there is a choice that I have, and I am embracing that choice, that I am that Christ-centered person. I am that energy that is all of us. And when I come in this group, what the wonderful thing about coming back to unity is the love, support, and the acceptance of all aspects of myself. And like I told Jeannie and others in the beginning, I have a tendency to overcommit.
That's not true.
I'll double book. And I've had a couple of major hand surgeries over the last few months, and I'm recovering from that. And that was a great reset I had this summer. And now I'm free, and for the first time in about 8 years, I am pain-free. For the first time in 8 years.
All right.
So I thank my Unity prayer group for helping me to realize that, in the midst of that reset, that the silence within myself that I have practiced in my daily mindful meditation has been the key that made it so much easier than it probably would have been had I not been utilizing and focusing on those 12 principles that I really ingrained in Dallas. It was so great to have a whole weekend where we shared and we experienced, and we went through each of those and evoked them and began to understand the significance of those principles. And if you stay in unity for any length of time at all, those will become more of a reality to you. So thank you for asking me to share. I'll try to keep it short. I hope I did.
Oh, no, you did perfect.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Robert. We're so grateful you're here. As we've got a couple of things to do with the prayer chaplains, but if Reverend Mother's here, she might have something to say. So so I'm going to give you, before we get started, if you want to share with us anything about faith, prayer, anything, and then we'll call the prayer chaplains up and we'll do our thing. So.
We've all heard the word faith all of our lives, haven't we? What is faith to you? Is that something that's elevated to if you have faith in me or faith in people or faith in... I had a coaching call with a young man that's over in Middle Tennessee. And James Buchanan had contacted me and said, he needs you. I said, I don't know that he'll call you, but make yourself available if you can. So James calls. We do, right? So I sent him an email and told him what I did. And I said, it's a little bit different than the average coaching situation. And so it's okay, whatever you do. But I'm available, and I'm available tonight, because I knew he was having high-level anxiety. Well, in the issuance hours, he did call. We did our session, and he was amazed, and he shifted, as James and I knew he would, if he could tell himself the truth from within his being. And I asked him to contact me the next morning to find out how he slept, because I know how after you sleep from one of those sessions, the way you slept, whether it's clear of dreams or dream fragments, tells me how deeply we got. Well, one of the things he said to me was that he did not trust anybody. He did not trust any human on this earth. He only trusted his dog. He had faith in his dog. I couldn't let that go, right? So I wrote him back and I said, that's interesting you say that. But you had faith in me last night. And I feel honored by that. Then we pursued this idea of faith, because I had just been reading some Charles Fillmore. And as you know, Charles Fillmore is deep. About a half a page of Charles Fillmore, and I've got plenty to think about and think over. But it came to me as I was working with him to say to him that unity is a way of life, a way of thinking. It's a way that emphasizes our divine being. And we don't think of ourselves as divine usually. But what I didn't really get like I did this past couple of days is that unity is totally based in prayer. Prayer is the key. Prayer is the way. It's our communion. We may not call it God. We may call it higher self. We may call it whatever it is. But your insides are communicating all the time. There is a piece of us that never leaves home. Just never leaves home. And how fortunate we are. I believe, humbly I say this, you're entitled to your own wonderful belief, but how powerful it is when we can remember that Unity gave us something that I haven't found many other places. I find kissing cousins to it, but it gave me back my life. It's not just a way of life, it gave me back my life. So when Robert talked about being free of pain, of course I was remembering Myrtle Fillmore. And something to know, to hold on to, if nothing else from this day, one piece. Do you know that when we stay in the present moment, fully present in the present moment, we're pain-free? It's when we go to the past or fear the future. And so I haven't had an occasion to try that out on every aspect of life, but I have tried it out when I thought things were helpless or hopeless, or I was helpless about a situation. God is, I am, and all is well. We say it after church services, but it's true. God is, I am, and all is well. Let's say that together. God is, I am, and all is well. So with that, when Pat asked me if I would officiate at the convocation of the prayer chaplains, I just wanted to say those remarks to you, whatever came, because being a prayer chaplain is a lot more in Unity than just having a group that's dedicated to that work. The prayer chaplains go through a training that they will never be the same again from that training. Did you know that? You agree? I've been through it too, and even though I was a minister when I went through it, I was amazed at the alchemy that happens when you go through this prayer chaplain training. So see that as something you may want to do, if for no other reason than for yourself. So we have two new chaplains that we're recognizing today, and the first one is Grayson Sloan. It's actually took a sabbatical, and now she's finalized her training. She's back, and we want to, on this prayer stole has the 12 powers, or the symbolism that's here, and the 12 powers are the 12 ideas, divine ideas, that each one of us have innately. We were born with them. That's how we're made in the image and likeness of God, is through those 12 powers. So this is very, very, very symbolic. And also, as these prayer chaplains wear this, I place on you, this is your mantle of authority as a conduit for God. And so it is. And now we have Robert Love. And Robert, what I heard was that trip to Dallas changed you dramatically. Is that right, Robert?
It very much did.
See? Okay. All right. And I am placing on you this prayer stole. But it's a mantle of authority, not in the way that humankind gives it, but to recognize you are attuned to God. So it is. Okay. All right. I forgot to give you your certificate. I'm so carried away with this. And here's one for Robert. Well, what?
I'm going to sneak around here and give a hug.
Yeah. And then we have Ellen Roy, receives a certificate today. And she doesn't get a stole today because she's not a newbie, as we know. So Ellen, and we have one for Jean McGee. She's over here. And then we have one for Travis, who's not here today, but he's with us in spirit. And we have one for Pat Walther. And so I kind of laid on the music team that there was something I really wanted to utilize as part of this today.
Before we do the song, can we honor Ellen? Yes, let us
We
honor
would
Ellen.
like to recognize this lady here, who has been our team leader, our chaplain leader for this past year. And like, she's the one that has silently on speed dial. She has inspired us, been our glue that's held us together, and we wanted to give you a prayer angel. An additional recognition. Our flowers today represent the white of the Christ light and the color of red and pink for the love that we express. And for those of us who came back so inspired and so joyous, we want to share that with you. So we, as your chaplain, want to honor you, but especially we wanted to recognize you today.
Let's give them a round of applause. And this is the song, if you would move together. This is the song. Oh, am I playing? Okay. Okay. This is the song that is my song. I sing this to myself. In fact, I have some friends that copied this song and put it on a CD. It plays over and over and over. You'll understand why, but I want you to listen to it as we sing it, and we sing it together, and then on the third time we sing it, please stand and turn to somebody and sing it to them.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Again. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. One more time, Colleen. Could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Now let's stand and join them and turn to somebody and sing it.
Stand up. Stand up and face somebody, I think she said. Anything less than beautiful. How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right, just stay in that spirit, and we got one more song here about faith. It's a very pretty song written by Sloan Wainwright, whose father wrote a song that wasn't so pretty. What was the name of that song, Bill? Dead Skunk.
In the middle of the
In
road.
the middle of the road. That's It's a mystery wrapped up in a riddle. I saw Santa fly across the sky. A magic season so simple when seen through the eyes of a child. Silver sleigh bells ring and jingle. I hear reindeer up on the roof. Snow falls so soft and silent. There's a ring around the moon. I believe, I believe, I believe. It's a present tied up with a ribbon underneath the Christmas tree, full of love and everlasting, a gift you give and receive. Feel the warmth of a roaring fire, see the twinkling colored lights, a miracle of joy and comfort, knowing it's so wonderful life. I believe, I believe, I It's a babe away in a manger. It's the story of teachers and kings, a journey of faith for many, a spark of awakening. It's the music inspired by angels. It's a voice to ease suffering. One foot and then another. It's a path to peace. I believe, I believe, I believe.
So it's time for our offering. Come on down. Reminding you all that we're trying to clear, we don't have a great big debt, but we're trying to clear that debt for the new year, start afresh, and and all of your contributions help keep everything going, and we are so grateful. So let us say together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I promised Scott that I would grab the microphone this time because he said even though my voice projects in here, it doesn't go over on the YouTube. So, Scott, I got the thumbs up. I want to thank everybody who's already donated to our house. Our tree looks amazing. So we have another week yet that we are collecting for twin-size bedding and slippers. And if you'd like me to do your shopping for you, I'm happy to do that if you want to see me afterwards. We have one more week for that. This Friday is the Hootenanny. Period clothes are optional, Bill. But clothes are optional also, Bill says, so might be a little cold, just so you know. And WOW is taking vacation this month, so we will see you in January. And Sandy would like to say just a few things about the memory tree that's in the back there.
We have a small tree in the back of the sanctuary, and there's ornaments there underneath, and we invite those who have lost someone or recently or even long ago and would like to honor them. You can put their name on an ornament and put it on the tree back there. And when the season is over, then you're welcome to take your ornament home. But we like to honor those that are no longer on this plane with us. So help yourself to an ornament and honor those you love.
Okay. And I just have one more thing to say. Thank you all. This week was a little bit different. Several people contributed. But next week, Travis Wiley will be speaking. And then Susan Julie will also be speaking in December. And at the end of December is the Burning Bowl. And we're really going to do something a little bit different, but we called it the Burning Bowl. But today, Linda Strickland has the letters that you wrote last year. And often we have mailed them in the summer, but we decided to hold them until December. And now, so if you did write one, you get a chance to look at what you said was going to happen this year.
A whole year later. Oh.
And now you've got a chance to start thinking about next year and that letter. So that will be a lot of fun. So, all right, well, let's all come together in our closing circle. Sorry, friends. There we go. You've got okay. Let us say together, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let there be Just feel the moment now. First time I turn, leave my joys bound. Easy turn.